Gratitude. The walk that ends the dream. Day 6. There is a walk that begins long before the feet ever move. A walk that starts not on streets or sidewalks, but inside the mind. A walk where every step replaces fear with something ancient, soft, and remembering. Call it gratitude. Not the polite kind. Not the hallmark kind. The kind that ends a dream. When the Course says 6 times today in thanks and gratitude we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought that ends all compromise, it's describing a pause that is not a pause at all. It's a doorway, a hinge, a crack of light in a room that once believed it had no windows. Every time the mind stops to practice, something inside lifts, like a traveler removing another stone from an overfilled pack. Compromise falls out first. Doubt falls out next. And before long the pack is nearly empty and the traveler is nearly weightless. That's gratitude in motion. It doesn't wait for conditions. It refuses to take inventory of the world. It rises because rising is its nature. Some of these passages speak of lifting our resurrected minds in gladness, and others speak of laying down mistakes at his feet. Those two are the same movement. Laying something down is how the mind rises. Think of a bird that can only take off by running long enough to let gravity lose interest. Mistakes are gravity. Self-judgment is gravity. Guilt is gravity. And each time the mind says, "Here, take this," the wings catch a little more air. Before long, the bird realizes it was never meant to walk at all. It was designed to ascend. That's gratitude. A lifting. A letting go. The same act seen from 2 angles. And then the Course says, "All things that live bring gifts to you and offer them in gratitude." That line is the story's heart. Because everything the eyes once judged, feared, or dismissed becomes a quiet messenger. The breeze on the skin. The stranger's nod. The sound of running water. The small relief in a long day. A teacher in the form of whatever the moment hands over. The gifts were always there, but gratitude supplies the vision that finally notices them. It is like walking through a dark forest with a lantern that turns out not to be shining on the world, but shining from you. The trees were never hostile. The path was never lost. The light simply had to be remembered. Another passage speaks of the teacher who answers our mistakes with the means to lay them down. Imagine a child carrying a heavy bucket filled with imaginary rocks, rocks no one else can see. The teacher does not argue with the child. The teacher simply holds out a hand. And as each rock is handed over, something impossible happens. The bucket gets lighter even though it was never full. The child gets relieved even though nothing real was removed. This is how gratitude operates in the mind. It doesn't fix illusions. It reveals there was nothing to fix. Then the Course says, "Let our gratitude unto our teacher fill our hearts as we choose joy instead of pain." Gratitude is a decision. A steering wheel. A moment where the mind says, "I am not obligated to suffer my own stories anymore." Pain was a costume. Joy is the skin underneath. Choosing joy is simply removing what was never natural. Another line says, "His salvation is the gift he gives to everyone in gratitude." This is the final merge of all 10 passages. Gratitude is not only something the mind extends to God, it is something God extends back, like a lighthouse with no off switch, like a sunrise that doesn't need to be earned. Gratitude becomes the bridge between seeming worlds, the world the ego made and the world forgiveness reveals. Walk across that bridge and the old world dissolves behind your heels like smoke. A dream gently folding in on itself. And finally, the line everyone knows. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. This is not poetry. It is anatomy, the structure of the journey. Love is the ground. Love is the wind. Love is the breath. Love is the step itself. To walk in gratitude means to move through the dream with nothing held back, nothing defended, nothing accused. It means the world is no longer interpreted but blessed. It means the traveler realizes the road was only a mirror, and every blessing given was a blessing returned. This is how to walk in gratitude, not by praising the dream, but by remembering the light that is dreaming it.